Hello everybody, welcome along to the Weather Studio Live. Sorry we're a couple of minutes late, but we're all a little bit giddy with excitement, aren't we?
Super excited. It is a birthday. It's the 1 year anniversary of the Weather Studio Live since it came back.
Since it came back on YouTube. I mean, if you've been watching on Facebook, it's like the one,
Oh,
the
yeah.
1 month anniversary.
Why are they making such a big deal?
Maybe, but we've been on YouTube for back for a year, almost exactly to the day. So yes, we're having a mini celebration. It'll be a normal Weather Studio Live pretty much, but then we've got a very, very special quiz.
Yes, and also that's why there are lots of fireworks happening around the country at the moment.
Yes, that's the only reason.
To celebrate the Weather Studio Live.
That is the only reason. We've had a lot of love for the thumbnail as well. Thank you for the thumbnail love. That was a special edition that Rich did, and there is a reason why the other presenters are in that. It's part of the celebration, of course.
Yes.
Well, all will be revealed later on.
All will be revealed, and I'm looking forward to the quiz that we have coming up. It's a complete unknown, really. It's going to be a little bit different.
It's definitely going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit edgy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think. Yes. But I haven't written it, so normally the person who sits here does the quiz, right? But I haven't had to write one this week. Another special guest has written and will be presenting the quiz.
And I feel slightly less pressure sitting on this side,
Yeah,
knowing
you
what
don't
the
have
quiz
your-
is going to be. So
yeah.
it's kind of a relief from my point of view. So that's good.
Yes. So anyway, welcome along to the Weather Studio Live. We are going to be talking anything that you want us to talk about, really. Send us your questions, send us your feedback, send us your memories. What's been your favourite part of the Weather Studio Live over the past year? Maybe you've got a favourite episode. Was it when George turned up? Or was it whatever, when we got the giggles? Could have been any of those occasions. Let us know what your favourite memory of the Weather Studio Live was. But there's lots been going on with the weather, as always. What have you been up to this week?
Oh, I've had a difficult week. I was away for the first few days. We had to go up north, had a family funeral. Nice to see the family. The 10-hour drive back on Wednesday with 2 young kids. 10 out of 10, do not recommend.
Right, okay.
But we survived, we're alive. And so
Fireworks tonight?
Fireworks, yes, going to a fireworks display. Yeah, my son's school is putting on a fireworks display, and whilst there's some rain, I'll go through the forecast for anyone who's going to a fireworks display tonight, tomorrow night coming up. But yeah, in the southwest, the rain's clearing through. Perfect timing, really. So things are going to dry up quite nicely in time for the fireworks. Are you going to any?
No,
Okay,
not tonight.
great.
No, not tonight. I almost went to the Tar Barrel. So in Ottery, I live near Ottery, St Mary, which is...
It's a great story.
I almost went to the Tar Barrels, but I didn't.
But yeah, in Ottery, you're right. The Tar Barrels, big, crazy
big thing. That was on Wednesday.
Locals run around with burning tar barrels on their back. It's absolutely mad.
I was too tired because I did the deep dive and the 10-day trend this week. It's unusual to do both.
It is unusual. Thank you for covering.
I was exhausted, but it was interesting because the weather model's not really agreeing on what's happening next week. So yeah, interesting times with our weather, and it's been a crazy mild.
Greetings, Alex, Aidan, Annie, and Honor. This quiz is all about testing you.
Oh, did Claire just appear? Giving away all our secrets. Oh, wow.
It has been exceptionally mild.
A tease for the quiz later.
Speaking of which, obviously, Bonfire Night itself was like the mildest on record.
Yes.
So the night, the 5th into the 6th, temperatures, I think it was in Teddington, was it? Dropped to only 14.4, which is, well,
the mildest for that date, yes.
Yes, the mildest for that day. I even mentioned this in the Weather Studio Live this time last week. I talked about how mild the nights were going to be. I said it was very unlikely we were going to get to the November records, but yeah, the fact that it was the mildest November the 5th on record is pretty interesting, and I'll be talking a bit more about that and how mild it has been when I head over to the board.
So send us in your questions, send us in your queries, send us in your comments. We've had a few already. As I say, people are loving the thumbnail, so thanks for that. Simon Brown, not one of our directors, Simon Brown, I think a different Simon Brown, asked about the deep dive. When you say temperatures are higher than average, can you say what the average is? Well, it depends where you are, and it depends on the time of year, obviously. But at the moment, the average is probably about 9 to 12 degrees. Generally from north to south, roughly speaking. But yeah, that's a good point when we do say it's above average. But then it's not
the daytime highs. Just to say.
Yes, the daytime highs, which I was talking about during the deep dive. But the nighttime mins have been even higher than average, haven't they?
Average is around 3, 4
in the south.
For the mins at this time of year, and well, as we just said, on Wednesday night it was like 14. So around 10 degrees above average. So remarkably mild.
Averages are on our website. You can find the average for the time of year and that. But it's a good shout. Should the presenters, when we're talking about average, should we say what the average is, or we're limited in our time a little bit? But that's a good shout, Simon Brown. Particularly when it's that exceptional. Maybe we should. We've got a special graphic actually. We show how much above the average they are, which is probably more useful, because that then gives you that gauge of how much warmer it is. Because often if you just say it's 12 degrees, people don't really know what 12 degrees is. But if you say it's 5 degrees above the average, then I probably don't need my jacket tonight.
And it's an interesting one, because events like Bonfire Night, they're a really useful way to gauge people's response, people's feeling when it comes to milder events. So I remember when I was a kid, Bonfire Night, traditionally, you basically had to wrap up.
Oof.
Like, I know we had
Hats,
milder
scarves.
autumns and milder, so it's not every year by any means. There's weather, there's climate, they're different. But when you think Bonfire Night, you think bonfire, hats, gloves, scarves, wrapped up, thick coat, that kind of thing, and seeing your breath whilst you're outside watching the fireworks. Whereas it's been several years really that we've had milder than average bonfire nights. And so, when we go out this evening, we'll wear a coat, but I'm definitely not going to need gloves and scarf as much as like I definitely did for many years. Not every year, but many
you
years.
still get those variations.
And
you're still going to get the variations.
We need events these events like Bonfire Night, sporting events. They're useful as a gauge, because people can relate to think about how it used to be and how it now is.
Leams 467 says, "Why is it always foggy after Bonfire Night?"
Oh, that's a good one. So, fog is effectively a cloud near the ground, and so there are two parts to it really. And so, in order for a cloud to form, you need the water, the humidity, but you also need the particles for the water droplets to condense over. So now if you've got bonfires going and if you've got fireworks, then you'll have an increased number of these particles. So there's more for the water to grab hold of, and then that's why you get more fog. Additionally, there will be an element of smoke mixed in with the increase of the bonfire. So last night it was quite foggy, a bit foggier than the models would have wanted, because whilst our models are incredibly clever, I don't think they take Bonfire Night into account just yet.
They will do interesting. They will do at some point, won't they?
They will. I reckon. It's not going to be long.
Increased number of particulates on a specific night. Because that's the other thing about Bonfire Night that annoys me a little bit. I'm going my old man rant now. It was always November the 5th when I was a lad. You wouldn't have this either weekend, either side of it. Always November the 5th. You have Bonfire Night November the 5th. Doesn't matter if it's a Monday night, a Tuesday night, whatever. It's always November the 5th. Now, it was fireworks last weekend. There'll be fireworks this weekend, and only some on November the 5th. But maybe that's just me being grumpy.
Yeah, that's just you being grumpy, but that's okay.
Tate Simeon says, "Why has November been so warm? I remember fireworks display being really cold." So yeah, that's what we've been talking about. We'll have more on how mild it has been. Anita Jane, are we going to have any snow, especially in the southwest? Well, not when overnight temperatures are 14 degrees. So there's no real sign of it. There's a hint of maybe something turning a bit colder.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that as well when I go over to the board, because there is some snow in the forecast, to be honest.
One more question then for you to get to the board. It's about have we had any frosts anywhere in the UK in October? It does seem as if it's been a very, very mild. So Shed Life 1745 asked this: have we had any frosts in the UK in October? And are we officially in an Indian summer? Now, it's not a term we tend to use at the Met Office because of its connotations with historical facts, but it has been warm, but for a warm spell, you also generally need. So it's not been sunny, has it? It's been a grey few days as well. But have we had any frosts anywhere in the UK, and how unusual is it to be this mild?
So I think I headed over to the screen a little bit too early. We were probably still having a conversation, so sorry for leaving you there, Alex. But the Indian summer term, not one that we generally use here at the Met Office. Most meteorological organisations don't anymore. If you want to know more about that, there is an autumnal warmth video, which I did. You can find that on our YouTube page, the history behind the term, and also a little bit as to why we don't really use it anymore. But you're right in saying that the if you went with the Indian summer term, you needed a frost first before the warmth in autumn or late autumn for it to technically be an Indian summer. So the question is, have we seen a frost in the UK? Now, some places have. That's no surprise. It's, where are we now? The 7th of November. It's quite usual for some places to have had a frost. But actually less than 20% of the stations across the UK have had a frost so far this autumn. Now, that's not hugely remarkable, but it is significantly less than average. So not everywhere normally has had a frost by this point of the year, particularly towards the south. But the fact that fewer than 20% of the sites around the UK, that is a pretty low number. And as Alex mentioned before, when it comes to, if we were to use the Indian summer term, the fact that, yes, temperatures have been warmer than average or higher than average, and it's so mild at the moment, but it's not that warm, sunny spell. We haven't got the high pressure bringing in the beautiful sunshine, so it's not your typical autumnal warmth setup. But let's look at exactly how warm it has been so far. And actually, that's not the chart that I wanted to show you first of all. So here's our mean temperature running through the whole of autumn, comparing it to previous records. So the dotted line is this year, and the black solid line is the average. And whether it's shaded orange or blue is showing at that stage in the season whether or not it's above average or below average up to that point. And so you can see September started warmer than average, and then we dropped closer down actually towards the end of September. We had a cooler period, but then temperatures picked up in comparison to average as we went through much of October. And then there's really been a bit of a kick, an uptick through the last couple of days. If we zoom into November in particular, and you can see that just how above average these are our mean temperatures. They have been through this month so far, a few degrees. This is looking at the whole country, and you can see actually for this stage in the month, now we're only, today's the 7th, but I only have data up to and including yesterday, so the first 6 days, so getting awfully carried away to be drawing major conclusions. But actually for this stage in the month, it's the warmest or mildest, whichever way you want to put it, first 6 days of November that we've had. Which just goes to show, yes, it is warm. We talked about how warm or how mild it has been with the very mild night that we had, bonfire night. But it is, when you compare it to records, it is very mild, very warm indeed. A couple of other things that we can look at telling a similar story, and this is the similar graph to the one that I showed you, but instead of looking at the season as a whole, this is looking at each day in particular. And again, the reason that I wanted to show you this one is because we have had some cooler spells when we look at our mean temperature as we've gone through autumn, particularly during the back end of September, as I mentioned earlier. But actually, we've had some particularly larger spikes, and it's this most recent one, just in the last few days, the start of November, which has been particularly above average. And again, if we show you that chart. But the one other chart on this theme that I wanted to show you is the minimum temperature. So I was just showing the mean temperature, but if we look at the minimum temperature, it's even more skewed towards the positive, towards the warmer side. And that goes in line with, there's been a lot of cloud around. October was really cloudy, and the cloudy themes generally continued as we've gone into November. And so that's why the minimum temperatures have been even higher than average compared to the mean and more so the maximum temperatures. So the question is, how long is this warmer spell, the milder weather, going to continue? Or are we going to see something colder? Is there a chance of a bit of snow as we go through November? Well, yes, there is the chance of something a bit wintry. So I will run through very quickly the forecast for the next few days just to paint the picture and tell the story. But what we have at the moment, a band of rain towards the southwest, and that's going to make its way northeastwards across the country as we go through the rest of Friday and overnight into Saturday. As we go overnight Friday into Saturday, we kind of end up with a northeast-southwest split, cloudy, a bit wetter towards the northeast, clearer skies towards the southwest. So as a result, actually in the southwest or southwest third of the UK, it's going to be a bit fresher than it has been through some recent nights, but still quite cloudy and murky to start towards the northeast. That clears away, and then actually, if I put our cloud amount on, and you can see actually through a large chunk of tomorrow, lots of fine sunny weather around. Not wall-to-wall sunshine everywhere. There's another system coming in from the west. That's going to bring some rain later. But yeah, a fair amount of sunshine. And if I just quickly put on our temperature, lay out our 850 theta W, so the temperature higher up, and you can see there's still quite warm air across us, and with the sunshine it's probably going to feel pretty pleasant tomorrow. Generally light winds as well. But then things take a bit of a change, and that's the more unsettled, uncertain weather that Alex mentioned earlier. Because yeah, we have a front that's coming in from the west later on as we go through Saturday into Sunday. Ahead of this, a lot of fine weather. So if you're going out for fireworks displays Saturday night, most places away from the far west of Northern Ireland, having some decent weather, some decent conditions for that. But that rain pushes in, so Sunday looks like the wetter day of the weekend for most places after a largely fine day on Saturday. And then we end up in this. Quite a changeable setup. There are various areas of low pressure nearby, and there's going to be quite a bit of rain at times too. But because of the direction that all of our air is coming from the southwest, well, it's going to stay pretty mild, particularly by night. You'd expect some relatively mild nights still. Then this area of low pressure, this is causing us some headaches. It's set to come in towards the UK as we go through into Tuesday, so that's when we could see some heavy rain. But worth bearing in mind that this is the Met Office model. Other models want to keep the low pressure a bit further west, and so whilst there's the potential for some very wet weather as we go through Tuesday into Wednesday, at the moment it's not the most likely scenario, and actually it could be a bit wet, but probably not as wet as some of the graphics were showing. But what I wanted to get onto is exactly how or when we're going to see a change to something a little bit fresher. And to do that, I want to show you a couple of things. So here is our ECMWF anomaly chart. So the European Centre for Medium Range Weather Forecasting, their anomaly charts looking at temperature compared to average for the week starting the 10th of November. So this is next Monday. And this is going in line with that unsettled theme and sticking with it staying milder than average. But if we go on to the week later, so this is the week beginning the 17th of November, and you can see it's changed slightly. Now this time temperatures look like they're going to be much closer to, well, pretty much around average for many parts of the UK, away from coastal areas. Why is this likely to happen? Why is there the potential for something to come a bit chillier? Well, it's all due to the pressure setup, as we often see. The pressure anomaly for that week, beginning the 17th of November, from ECMWF has high pressure towards the north of the UK. So some settled weather towards the north, but if this comes off, then we could still see areas of low pressure tracking across the south or to the south of the UK. And the important thing is the wind direction. Now remember, our wind goes in a clockwise direction around areas of high pressure. So this would allow for a northeasterly or an easterly air to push its way in. So this could bring something a little bit chillier as we go deeper into November. And if that chillier air comes in and then we see systems of low pressure coming in as well and they meet together, well, that could bring something wintry, some sleet, some snow on the northern edge of any systems tracking across the south. But it's no guarantee by any means, because if we look at some Met Office output for the same period, so again looking at the period starting the 17th of November, and this pressure anomaly has the high pressure more across the UK, and with that in mind, then the temperature anomaly, it's not dropping as much. It's more likely to stay a few degrees above average. At least the temperatures on paper, because it's worth bearing in mind, if we have high pressure sat across us at this time of year, well, that's going to lead to some pretty gloomy weather. It could be quite grey, it could be quite foggy at times, and so whilst the nights might stay quite mild, by day, if you're stuck under that grey skies, it could actually feel a fair bit fresher. Remember, we talked about those average temperatures. As we go deeper into November, we're only looking at, you know, high single figures at best, really, and if you're stuck under the cloud, really feeling quite fresh. So I think things are going to take a bit of a fresher turn, but not a huge drop in temperatures just yet. But watch out for the potential for something more of an easterly if high pressure dominates over northern parts as we go deeper into November.
Excellent stuff, Mr. Burkill. Excellent stuff. You just made Richard Blakely 3345 very happy, because he said, sorry I joined late if this has already been discussed, but GFS and ECMWF are predicting a real Arctic blast 20th of November. But as you discussed there, yeah, it's not as far from certain. It's a long way off.
Yeah,
so
several models are hinting at it, but at this sort of lead time, we often see several models hinting at that kind of thing. And I do want to highlight that whilst there's the potential for higher pressure to become more of a thing as we go through the back end of next week and deeper into November, it's also worth mentioning that, Well, a few days ago, at the beginning of this week, there were signs that high pressure would be the more dominant story through this coming Sunday, this coming Monday. And it's definitely not the case. It looks like it's going to be more changeable than that. So there's a lot of uncertainty. There's so much going on around the world with typhoons, even the other side of the world, influencing our weather. So there's always a big level of uncertainty at this time of year. But there's some agreement amongst models for the longer range of a negative NAO, and so hints of higher pressure, more calmer weather maybe as we go into December, but definitely one to watch this space.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah, so looking at one model run doesn't give you a story, particularly for that kind of lead time, almost 2 weeks away. That's why we use ensembles. That's why we're looking at probabilities. But yes, I think you've made Richard Blakely 3345 happy with that discussion. So well done. Martin Baines 3719. How are the water levels looking across the country after the recent rains? I assume still low. Yes, they are, Martin, still low. We get more. I think Sunday we'll get an update on the reservoir levels generally across England. In the west, they'll have been topped up this week because we had 300 millimetres of rain, I think, across parts of Cumbria through the course of the weekend into the early part of the week. That's quite a lot of rain for them, but they were so low, it is going to have topped it up a little bit, and obviously we've had serious flooding across parts of Wales too. It's been the west that's borne the brunt of the heavy rain, so their levels will have been topped up, whereas in the east, we're still going to be on the low side. But thank you for your question. A couple of questions about frost. How do we measure them? ALO2 maybe. How do they measure frost? I'm guessing it's a visual observation. And Martin Baines 3719. What are you calling a frost? Air temperature at or below zero? Pretty much, Martin. Yeah, that is what we're calling a frost. So
yeah, that's a good point in terms of how we measure frost. So there are really two. Well, be generalised and say two kinds of frost. You've got your air frost, so when the temperature falls to or below freezing, and that's what I was referring to when I talked about fewer than 20% of the stations across the UK have recorded a frost so far this autumn. We were looking at air temperature. So we have stations across the country, stations across the world, but stations across the country measuring temperature, and that was a tracker of whether or not any of them had fallen below freezing. The grass frost is different, and it's worth bearing in mind ground and air lose heat slightly differently. At this time of year, because the grounds absorbed a lot of heat during the summer, during the beginning of autumn, the grounds usually got more warmth to it than the air. And so you need a chillier night in order for the ground to become cold enough for a grass frost to form. Whereas at the back end of winter, it's the reversal, whereas the ground's not got that warmth behind it. So you can get a grass frost even when the air temperature hasn't dropped below freezing. So slightly different things, but for this case, I was talking about the air temperature dropping below freezing or not.
Excellent stuff. A couple of other points. Medilad, how much AI is involved in weather predictions? Well, we've just posted a video on that. Aidan made a video all about AI. Really fascinating video. We will hopefully put we can put a link to it in the chat, so you can go and watch that rather than us explain it, because Aidan's made a really interesting video about how AI is involved and will be involved in the future.
The short answer is more and more.
Yeah, more.
We're appreciating it. We're using it. It's helping, and we're seeing benefits from it. But we're not running away with it just yet.
John Allen 7599. I've already answered this question. Is this the hottest November on record? Well, it's early days. We're less than a week in, but as we are currently running close to the record, but it is very early days, and as we've already discussed, it's likely to get colder. So yeah, too early to say anything about that, but it has been an exceptionally warm start to the year. Bobster123 agrees with me about bonfire night. Should only be on the 5th. That's when it should be, just...
I'm going to throw a curveball out there.
Okay.
And just a little forewarning for my neighbours. We're going to be doing a few little small quiet fireworks.
Quiet fireworks?
Quiet. They say low noise on the packets at the end of November to mark my daughter's birthday. So, so there's
nice.
a reason.
Well, that's allowed.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, that's allowed for birthdays.
Okay.
But bonfire celebration should be on the 5th of November.
Okay.
Fact. Right, I know people are excited about the quiz. I'm very excited about the quiz. So just one more question before that, if I can find it.
Whilst you're looking for it, I did want to highlight that there's actually potential for the aurora across parts of the UK tonight. So so you can see as we go through tonight, there's the potential, as we often see, most likely across northern Scotland, but there is the potential. Worth bearing in mind, there will also be some clear spells across northern Scotland as we go through tonight. And then the pattern does repeat again somewhat tomorrow night as well. So again, we do see the potential for aurora, and perhaps more places will have clearer skies as we go through Saturday night into Sunday. So possibly a greater chance of seeing it there. But yeah, so particularly the further north you are, it's definitely possible that you could, that doesn't make sense, but it is possible that you could see the northern lights.
Final question, and then we will do the quiz. Laura Driver, Y7J, you often talk about the jet stream and how it interacts with weather systems we experience. Please, can you give an idea of the relative altitudes involved? How high up is the jet stream?
It is really quite high. It's around, I've forgotten the figure.
Well, we use hectopascals, don't we? So it's a bit confusing, but about 30,000 feet is a ballpark.
Yeah.
A ballpark term, between about 7 and 8 kilometres up in the sky is where the jet stream is. But it changes. The strongest winds change with altitude, so the jet stream doesn't just stay at one level. It kind of does go up and down a little bit as well as that. So it varies throughout the year, and it obviously moves and meanders around. But it is pretty high up. Yeah. But it does. It's the driver of our weather. It impacts what we see down at low levels.
It does, and it changes speed, it changes intensity, it changes position. There are a few jets around, so it's a really important one when it comes to our weather.
Alistair Ronald, are there international standards for measuring air temperatures? Yes, there are. Lots of international meteorological standards that the WMO, the World Meteorological Organization, look after.
But turns out there aren't standards for keeping your promises of just one last question.
No, that is also true. And sadly for me, there aren't international standards of when bonfire night should be. But we digress. Right.
Should we do the quiz?
Yes.
This is a big one.
Right, we are very giddy. We are very giddy indeed, because it's our 1-year anniversary, as we said at the start. So in order to celebrate that, we thought we'd have a very special quiz. And I haven't done the quiz. Normally it'd be the person sitting here that does the quiz, but this week we've got a very special guest. Not only have we got a special guest doing the quiz and asking the questions, but we've also got other people.
Well, what's better than 2 meteorologists? That's a little clue for what's going to happen.
Maybe 5-star. Okay, let's get on with it. And here is a very special introduction to this week's quiz from our special host, Claire Nazir.
Hello there, it's Claire Nazir talking to you from my home studio near Manchester. So unlike the rest of the presenters that are based at HQ in Exeter, I actually live in the northwest of England, where I'm going to say it's a little wetter and a little cloudier from time to time, but when the sun comes out here, we certainly do celebrate. And we're celebrating a year of YouTube Live. I don't know about you, but I've absolutely loved the weekly meetups on a Friday where, yes, there's fun, there's quizzes, it's entertaining, but they do get down and dirty with some really decent meteorology as well. So my role in this special show this Friday is to pose the question to our colleagues, how well do you know each other? And this is in the form of a quiz. Please join in as well, and I'll see you in a moment.
Woohoo! Well, guys, thank you. Well, Aidan, you've really dressed up.
You didn't even notice.
No, I didn't notice.
I came in here, no one said a thing.
When did you put that? Have you been wearing that all day?
I've been wearing it all day. No one has said a thing.
That's
Deeply
impressive.
disappointed.
Oh.
No one else paid attention to the email that said black tie event only.
No, sorry.
Thank you for joining us eventually. You do know the live starts at 12:15, so you are a bit tardy, but that's okay.
We were just wondering when the questions would end.
Yeah, we were waiting.
Should we go
now?
You know, I
we like to talk.
We're getting questions in, people interested and want to know what the meteorology was going. But welcome along. Annie's back, everybody.
Hello.
And Anna's here again.
Yeah.
Even though how many times have you left?
I was only here last.
Exactly. Yeah, a little bit. But how good is it to have us all here?
Yeah.
We're very, very happy to have everybody here, and Claire as quizmaster as well. So it's a very, very special quiz today. Hopefully you can still enjoy it and join in at home with the questions. But shall we get started? Shall we get started with the first question?
I believe the first question is about me.
Yeah.
I'm just going to remind myself of it. Oh, actually, no, Claire's
Claire's
going to
gonna remind us of it, yeah.
But I can remind you of it after Claire introduces it.
Greetings, Alex, Aidan, Annie, and Honor. This quiz is all about testing your knowledge of each other. How much do you know your colleagues? And the first question is on Annie Shuttleworth. As a child, Annie was utterly obsessed with clouds. Now, as a new mother, she's decided her son's first word should be the name of her all-time favourite cloud. Which one will she choose? Will it be A, Altocumulus lenticularis, the spectacular UFO-shaped cloud? Or will it be B, Cumulonimbus, the mighty anvil-topped thunderstorm giant? Or C, Cirrus, the delicate veil of cloud that streaks across the upper atmosphere? Or D, Stratocumulus undulatus, the mesmerising wave-like patterns that ripple across the sky?
Here we go.
There we go. How good is it to see Claire?
Amazing.
So, that was a long question.
It was, wasn't it? So the question for those in the room is, what's my favourite cloud?
Altocumulus lenticularis.
Cumulonimbus, Cirrus, or Stratocumulus undulatus.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
quite a curveball.
Yeah.
So,
What
I mean,
is
Altocumulus
Annie's?
lenticularis, Cumulonimbus, Cirrus, or undulatus.
Play along at home. Put your
I'm saying
answer
Cirrus is
in
winning
the...
Think in the room.
At home, but
Is it?
is Cirrus many
Doing that
people's
thing again,
favourite
wait.
cloud?
Wow.
Well, we're
pretty
cheating.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing that thing again.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe it's just because it's the shortest.
Is that seriously your favourite cloud?
Seriously, yeah, I do have a mug actually. My work mug is I'm seriously.
Yeah.
I seriously love meteorology.
I think
So-
I have that same mug.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone gets given it on
Oh,
their
do
first
they?
day.
Oh, yeah. I thought I was special.
Right.
Do we shout our answers?
Yeah, well, let's go around the
Yeah.
table. What do you think the answer is, Mr.
I'll go lenticularis.
Aidan?
Little UFO.
Undulatus.
I think it's classic CB, Cumulonimbus.
B? I'm with Honor. I think it's CB as well. I think it's Cumulonimbus
One
as
of you
well.
is right. Alex B.
Oh!
Yeah. The
I didn't
UFO
cheat.
cloud, as it's
Never
known.
cheated.
It was a lenticularis person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Surprised me.
Yeah, you do surprise.
Yeah,
surprise
Do
me
we
as
give
well.
the answers straight away? Do
Well,
we usually?
That's what
Oh,
I know.
yeah, the answers are coming later, aren't they? Yeah.
Are
We
they?
we haven't really rehearsed this, everyone.
Can you tell?
Can you tell? The answers, yeah. Anyway, let's pretend you didn't hear that. We'll do the answers for all of them
That used to be my
in
favourite
a
cloud.
minute. Yeah.
Maybe it's changed.
Maybe it's changed. It could have changed this week. Right. You can introduce
Who's
question two.
Yes, here's the question that is delivered by Claire that's about me.
Question 2 is for Aidan McGiven. Now, Aidan's future self has developed a very useful AI weather tool. Which one would he most likely have developed? A, predicting precisely the time fog will clear, or B, where it will snow on Christmas Day, or C, the day the UK will hit 45 degrees Celsius, or D, the week that there will be guaranteed sunshine in the UK so we can book some leave.
Great question, isn't it? Claire
Did
came up
you
with these
think of
questions.
that?
No, Claire came up with this one.
I
Okay.
think you can tell that Claire came up with these questions. They're very Claire Nazir.
They're brilliant.
Ethereal.
So this is imagining I've developed a perfect AI tool for forecasting one aspect of the weather, but which one would I choose? Precisely the time the fog would clear, where it's going to snow on Christmas Day, the day the UK hits 45 Celsius, or the week the UK has guaranteed sunshine so I can book my annual leave.
They're all really good things
well,
that
I
I
know
would
you-
like to know.
I know you like to go away for your annual leave, actually, so I'm not sure you'd want to know if the UK would have guaranteed sunshine.
Oh,
thinking,
yes, that's a
good
good
thinking.
point.
You're always planning
I
very
do
exciting
holiday in
holidays.
the UK
You
though
went
as well.
camping, didn't you?
Oh, did
last
you?
year?
Yeah.
In the summer?
I did.
Yeah. So there we go.
Okay.
He's also not much of a gambler, so I'm not sure the where will it snow on Christmas Day. That would be most useful for our job,
Yeah.
but would it be most useful for you personally?
But you are a snow fanatic. Well, you were,
Yeah.
at least you
Wow.
were as a child.
Oh, yeah, I remember his diary.
Yes, the snow diary.
The snow diary.
The story.
Diary?
The beginning of Aidan's career.
Yeah.
And you know what I've been doing this morning?
Snow diary.
Filming a video about snow.
Oh, yeah, coming soon.
Okay, my bet's
right.
on snow then.
You're going for snow.
Yeah.
You're going for...
Oh, okay. I think I'll go snow as well. I've been.
I'm going to go for D for the week the UK will have
Oh,
guaranteed
okay.
sunshine, so you can book some leave.
I'm going to go for that option as well.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
don't reveal the answer just
okay.
yet.
I'll try not
We'll
to.
have
Let's see
the
what the
answers
audience at
in a
home are
moment.
going
What
for.
are the audience
I
going
think
for?
the audience are going quite heavily on the snow one.
45% for the snow one,
Yeah.
Oh.
and 22% on the week the UK has sunshine.
Not many thinking you're
The
interested in
45
fog.
degrees.
I used to be when I worked at the RAF, and
Yeah, of course,
that was
yeah.
crucial to know. But yeah, less
You've
less
moved
relevant
on.
these days.
I mean, they're all
Yeah.
relevant. They're all relevant.
Yeah, 45 degrees would be
Okay, keep your
important.
answers. Keep your answers coming.
I think the next question is about me. Now, Anna, you're probably going to do quite well at this one because you're an expert when it comes to the zoomy zooms. Claire, take it away.
Question 3 is on Alex Burkill. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, Alex has been offered the dream assignment, becoming Formula One's official meteorologist for an entire season. However, he can only attend one Grand Prix in person as the featured weather expert for the live broadcast. Which legendary circuit will he choose? Now, will it be A, the Monaco Grand Prix, the jewel of the F1 calendar, where even just a few millimetres of rain matter on the tight street circuit? Or B, Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium, the most weather unpredictable circuit in F1, where the track spans multiple microclimates through the Ardennes forest? Or C, Singapore Grand Prix, the original night race where cars battle 30-degree heat and 80% humidity under the floodlights. Or D, Silverstone in Great Britain, the home of British motorsport where 4 seasons can arrive in just one afternoon.
So yes, aside from presenting the weather, my dream job would also be working out the weather for Formula One teams, but would I most like to work at the Monaco Grand Prix, the
Spa, Belgium,
Grand Prix,
Singapore,
the Singapore Grand Prix, or the British
Silverstone?
Grand Prix?
I'd like to know what Honor thinks first.
Yeah, Anna, talk us through it. Talk us
Well,
through
I
your
think
Formula
if
One.
Anything, I'm the worst person to
Well,
ask.
that's why we're asking you. That's why we're asking you.
It was only a few months ago that you realised there's more than one Grand Prix a year. So
Yeah, I know. I'm learning so much in a short space of time.
Every day's a school day.
What would you base your decision on though? Is it that
Is it-
wanting to live there, or is it
So
the
I was
quality of the race?
only going there to forecast the weather.
Right.
So
What would be interesting to
So
forecast?
the weather there.
I feel
Oh, okay.
Okay, so not the UK because you've done a lot of that, I'd say.
But then
good logic.
you're more likely to get it right. You know, he knows what the weather's doing in Silverstone. But I suspect you've been to the British Grand Prix,
Yeah, I have, yeah.
so I'm going to rule that out.
Singapore,
I think you probably wanna go
Monaco,
somewhere.
or what was the final?
Singapore's going to be tricky to forecast
Singapore,
for because you've
Monaco
got
and
thunderstorms, right?
I'm going with Singapore.
Are you? Belgium, it
Most
often
interesting.
rains at Belgium.
Chaotic.
Spa often quite wet.
So you'd have a very busy day.
Monaco's like the glamour
Yeah.
Formula One.
I'm leaning
So you wouldn't fit in
towards-
there.
I think he thinks he would, though, so that's why I'm thinking
maybe you
Monaco.
could borrow.
I'll have to borrow your jacket
borrow
and
your
tie.
jacket.
Yeah, you certainly are giving off very Monaco vibes today.
Yeah.
Just jetted in this morning.
So what answers are you going for? Alex, where are you going?
I'm going to go Spa,
Spa,
which is Belgium.
which is Belgium. For the, yeah.
I
Anna,
think Monaco.
Aidan.
Singapore.
Singapore.
Okay. Keep your answers coming in.
What's
Keep your
the-
guesses coming in. I haven't seen a poll yet. Or maybe I'm just... Oh, I can't use the my mouse on here. There we go. No, still not working. So yeah, keep your guesses coming in. While you're at it, hit the like button if you're enjoying this quiz. We've not done it before. Something a bit different for our 1 year anniversary. Hope you're enjoying it. I know it's a bit presenter centric, but you know.
Keep commenting
Yes.
to let us know you're still here.
Yes, keep
Yeah.
commenting. Otherwise, we'll just chat amongst ourselves quite happily for the
Done
next
it before.
6
Done it-
hours or so.
definitely done it before.
Silverstone getting 30%. That was quite close.
Ooh.
Singapore down
So
at
Silverstone's most
16%.
popular,
There's a
but
good
you all-
split.
None of us went for it.
Well, Well, we'll find out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Let
Who's
us know.
next?
Hit the thumbs up button. Keep letting us know. Keep your questions coming in. Keep your answers coming in as well. I think the next one's about me.
I think it's actually about me.
Is it? Is it?
There's actually two about
We'll
Honor
find
and one
out.
about.
Oh, okay.
Actually, another question
Okay.
about you.
Oh, okay.
So we're not saying. I
Okay.
think. Why don't we find out who the next question is?
Let's let Claire reveal.
Question 4 is on Honor Krizik. Now, Bob Geldof has just called with an incredible opportunity. He's organising a global benefit concert broadcast to billions, and he wants Honor to perform a weather-themed duet with a legendary artist. But which iconic song will she choose? Will it be A, Umbrella by Rihanna? Or will it be B, Riders on the Storm by The Doors? Or C, Set Fire to the Rain by Adele? Or D, Here Comes the Sun by The Beatles?
Yeah, where's my mic?
Wow.
So are you
So-
joining Bob Geldof for a song?
I am. Did you not hear?
You and Bob doing a duet.
And this is meant to help raise money?
I've sung on the live before. People love my singing.
Can we hear a rendition of each song just so
Yeah,
we
that
can
would
get a.
help.
Do you know? I'll give you a little bit of a hint. I'm pretty sure I've sung one of the options on a live.
Yeah, I
before.
think you have as well.
So that's a big
Okay.
hint. I'm sure you've been watching this.
Yeah, I
Annie,
have
so
been
you'll
watching, yeah.
still know. So the options were Umbrella by Rihanna, Riders on the Storm by The Doors, Set Fire to the Rain by Adele, and Here Comes the Sun by The Beatles. Which
Right.
one do you reckon?
I think I know. I'm going to go last because otherwise they'll just copy me.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah, that's
I'm
true.
confident I know the answer to this
I
one.
think it's either Adele or Here Comes the Sun or Umbrella.
So three out of
three
four.
out of four.
So
Do you
it's
want us to
one
come
of
back
those.
to
It's
you?
one of those.
Yeah, come back to me.
Okay.
Well, you've got to think about. I mean, does Honor know who the Doors are?
Yeah, so it's
Know
more
who
of a
the
discount.
Doors
It's more of a.
Yeah,
Or
but
do
would you-
I?
more of a
Do I?
side-
Don't I?
It's more
Would
of a
you
side
pick
cry
this?
You
thing.
wouldn't pick that song, would you?
Here Comes the Sun was an answer on a previous quiz that I hosted.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Oh,
Oh, so did you sing it then?
did I? Did
No,
I?
I think I was asking.
Yeah, I think
It's to be.
you were asking me.
It's a musical quiz.
I'm going to go Rihanna Umbrella. That's what I'd pick.
I think I'm going to pick Here Comes the Sun.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Umbrella.
I am also going to go with Umbrella. Rihanna. That is what I'm going to go for as well. So that is question 4 about Honor, which means unless question 5 is also about Honor. I think the last question is about me. Go for it, Claire.
Finally, question 5 is on Alex Deakin. Now, NASA has made the discovery of the century. The planets from Star Wars actually exist, and Alex has been greenlit to visit one of them to document their weather systems for a landmark BBC documentary. But which planet does he choose? Does he choose A, Tatooine, a desert world orbiting twin suns? Or does he choose B, Hoth, an ice planet with temperatures plunging to minus 60 degrees Celsius, constant blizzards driven by fierce katabatic winds? Or C, the forest moon of the planet Endor, the location of the Empire's Death Star shield generator and home to the Ewoks? Or does he choose D, Bespin, the gas giant planet in whose atmosphere Cloud City is administered by Lando Calrissian?
Wow. I mean, that's a question, isn't it? All
a
about
question.
Star Wars.
And it's the type of question that the people watching would love to know the answer
Yes.
I certainly
Yes.
wanna know.
Yes.
I
think we
was
all.
just thinking this earlier.
I think we'd all want to
Planet would
know
Alex choose?
which planet would I go to. So it's Tatooine, a desert world, orbiting twin suns. Hoth, an ice planet with temperatures plunging to minus 60, blizzards. Forest moon of the planet Endor, the location of the Empire's Death Star and where the Ewoks live. We all knew that, didn't we? Or Bespin, a gas giant planet whose atmosphere is Cloud City, administered by Lando Calrissian, one of my favourites characters in Star Wars.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
big fan of Lando.
Well, that could be a bit of a giveaway, couldn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. Or maybe it's a
Or
double
it's
bluff.
not.
I mean, I've been watching The Traitors, so there you go. So yeah, which planet would I like to go to
I
in the
mean,
Star
I
Wars
think
galaxy?
everyone would like to cuddle an Ewok. So
Okay.
I would
The
go
forest
with,
moon of the planet Endor.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Is that the planet with the fierce katabatic winds?
No, that's Hoth.
Okay,
I
I'm going
didn't-
for that one.
Ewoks wouldn't exist on a planet with fierce katabatic winds. Come
Well,
on.
they're quite furry.
They are quite
and
furry.
cuddly,
They
so
could-
they're,
Yeah, they've got the-
insulated.
I think he'd most like to hang out in the clouds. I'm going to go with that.
I was thinking the same. What meteorologist wouldn't want to go to Cloud City?
Well, we shall find out which of those locations when we get the answers shortly. But keep your guesses coming in. Adam Jack Drew says Endor as well. He's with the Ewoks. Hoth would be where I wanted to go. Endor was a moon. Yes, yeah, Endor was a moon. So
Technically,
yeah.
I was thinking that, but
Yeah.
I thought
The Bobster, I'm all over the Bobster. Not only does he think that fireworks should be 5th of November, he also loved the Traitors.
This feels
No
like the Traitors'
spoilers.
final, but
Does feel a
It
bit like
does
the
a little
Traitors.
bit.
Yeah.
more gripping.
We're not allowed to give because I think Greg's watching and he's no
should-
spoilers because Greg's watching.
to
He
give
doesn't-
our answer, we should be like
Throwing
throwing
the
things
answers
into
into
like
the
a fire
fire.
pit. Why didn't we think of that?
For the 2-year anniversary.
Maybe for the
Need to be a
yeah.
castle
And
as
we
well.
need the cloaks.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right, we are running over, so let's get to the answers. And for one final time, here's Claire back again with all the reveals.
So how much do the presenters know about their colleagues? I do think this quiz will reveal quite a lot. First of all, question 1 was on Annie. Annie's favourite cloud is Altocumulus lenticularis, and that was option A. And then question 2, Aidan. Well, Aidan's future self developed a very useful AI weather tool which will predict where it will snow on Christmas Day. That's option B. Question 3, Alex Burkill. Well, Alex chooses to attend the A Monaco Grand Prix on the sun-drenched Côte d'Azur. Question 4, Honor. Well, great news, Honor. Bob Geldof has agreed that you can duet with Rihanna singing Umbrella. That's option A. Great gig. And finally, question 5 on Alex Deacon. And of course, he opted to learn more about the weather patterns around the gas giant Bespin and probably have enough time to play Lando Calrissian's favourite game, yes, Sabak, with his crew on Cloud City. That was option D. And that's all from me for now, chaps. May the force be with you. Back to the studio.
Wow. Was not expecting that twist.
No, I mean
the best
that's
thing I've ever seen.
that's more of a twist than the Traitors.
I'm
last night.
sorry to say,
That's-
Aidan, but Claire's stolen the show.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Once again.
Yet again, Claire has stolen the show with her
Proud of
outfit.
you.
Wow.
What a treat on a Friday.
So, just to go over those answers again, it was
Lenticularis,
Your favourite
Altocumulus lenticularis, which I think surprised everyone.
well, Alex, you got that right.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Your answer was
Where will it snow on Christmas Day?
Where will it snow on Christmas Day,
Quite
which
like
I-
to go and spend Christmas in the snow. That's why. Maybe place a
I
bet.
just missed that.
But like you said, I'm not.
You two get that right.
We got that right.
Oh,
got
you
it
two
right.
got that right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you get a point for your own question?
Yes. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. You do get a question point for it.
Okay, so
Otherwise,
we
it's
can
going to be
get
out
5.
4. And that's gonna
Okay,
be weird.
fine. Okay. My answer was Monaco, partly because I wouldn't say I'm lazy, but it seems like a bit easier than Singapore, and I've been to the other 2 Grand Prix.
Oh, you have been to Spa.
Yeah, I've been to Spa, I've been to Silverstone several times. So yeah, Monaco.
And mine was Umbrella
Oh,
by Rihanna.
finally, I've got
I've
one
sung
right.
that before in the quiz.
And
I'll have to watch that back.
mine was the last one.
Cloud
The
City.
Cloud City
Cloud
one.
City.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I don't want.
done
Mine is
quite well.
60. Have you? How many have you
I
got?
got 4,
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
well done.
I think.
I think I got 3.
I got
so
2.
I got 2.
3.
Ooh, Honor's the
might- We might
winner.
have to watch it back to
Honor
double
is
check.
the
I know,
winner.
mine's
Yeah,
double
yeah.
check.
How did your dad do? How did Saikurai do? Oh, anyone got 5 out of 5? L8R Void got 5 out of 5.
Well done.
Sin Wong 6612 got 2 out of 5. Which is what I got, but then I knew one of the answers because I answered, so that's better than me, really. Robert Giles got 1 out of 5, which is kind of what I did.
We had a bit of an
4 out of
advantage.
5.
We all had at
You because
least
you
one.
had 1. Or
GLW
Yes,
YouTube
that's
3
true.
out of 5. Amazing, Claire. Yeah, a bit of love for Claire's outfit. Wasn't that a fantastic outfit? The Bobster got 2 out of 5. Me and the Bobster just in tune. In tune this week.
Let's get the Bobster on.
Great show. Lovely to see you all 100. Yeah, let us know what you think about the show. Let us know. Have you had any favourite bits from the show over the past year? What's been your favourite bit, Mr. B?
I think opening Honor's eyes up to the world of sport has been, well, it's opened my eyes up to how much she didn't know.
That was my least favourite bit of
Oh.
You got a favourite? I mean, obviously you've been watching from home, Annie. So
Yeah.
what was your favourite episode?
This is my favourite bit. I'd
This
say.
is your
Yeah.
favourite bit.
Good
This
swear.
one so far, nice one. Aidan, have you got a favourite moment?
I enjoyed the moment when we were still on camera for about 5 minutes at the end. And we thought we had to fill, but turns out no one could hear us.
That was a good bit.
Yeah.
Honor.
brilliant.
Just any moment when someone from next door's had to crawl along the floor and, you know, knock tables in the process. That was always quite funny.
That was always good. And speaking of that, obviously we get the fun bit, we get to sit in front of the camera, but there are lots of people who make this show happen. So a big shout out today. It's Adrian, Si and Rich, but also we have Greg working on the show, George working on the show, Dean does it sometimes as well. So there's a big team of people. We also have Rosie and Victoria who are doing the questions, and Emma before that, she did it for the first 6 months before she left. So there's a real big team of us, and a big shout out to all of those guys. Thank you very much for doing that. Thank you very much for watching every week as well. Share the love, let everyone know that we do this. We'll be back to normal next week. Who's doing? Oh, I think Annie's doing it next week. Annie's doing it next week. So.
I'm going to change it up, do something different.
Okay.
Borrow a costume from Claire.
Yeah, okay, do it dressed as Princess Leia. Yeah, why not? So yeah, kind of back to normal next week. But keep your questions coming in, and we have a special treat to show you now of the highlights of the past years. Is it a highlights or is it a bloopers video? We will let
Low lights.
low lights.
Low
Perhaps
lights.
that's it. But yeah. So thank you very much for watching, and we hope you enjoy this highlights video. We'll see you soon. Hello. Always gone all funky. He's covered your head up.
Why is this not working?
We've energised it, I think was the word. I'm such a Met head, you make me feel normal.
Chionophobia?
Thank
Look
you.
at that.
Look
at that.
Little mouse.
Oh no, now I'm lost.
Does Alex dye his hair? I'm just wondering because I want mine done like that.
Before I show you the gusts.
Do you believe Alex doesn't dye his hair? I cannot believe
No one
that.
believes you.
No, they do.
I attended the Christmas party in a Christmas
You
jumper.
did,
I don't
actually?
think you made an effort.
I was
Did you?
wearing what? I was wearing a bow tie, man.
The
know if you
stats
can
on
hear
my
that.
Do you want a white Christmas? While you ponder that, let's question ponder 4.
Someone needed more sleep last night.
It's quiz time.
You're not going to sing them so we are reminded of what each song
I think
is.
we all know what they sound like.
Where has the most sheep?
I wasn't listening to the question properly.
I know the year, because I was born, but you weren't. Is the world's largest producer of daffodils.
Is it?
Unlike Burkill last week, he was looking at the answers.
I know, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was poor form, Burkill.
And you're not allowed to look at what
I'm
people
not allowed to look. I'm not
know.
Alex Burkill. You know what he's like. DJ AD. That could be my DJ nickname, couldn't it?
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm a fluffy cloud, but not in the sky. In spring I am born, and then I grow by and by. What am I?
That's what Martin says.
Martin.
Ruth O'Hare said Chandra. 62%
Oh,
of people.
Martin, why didn't you tell me that earlier,
said-
Martin?
Because I remember one year when the first name was Aidan. Right, I was on the Met Office, met her in list. Storm Aidan. Looking forward to that. What came along? Storm Alex. Oh, cared about Storm Aidan then.
I've just been told that I need to put my hat back on.
Is it because it's
I've got a
covering
twist.
your face a bit?
Is that what people
Is that
want?
better?
Stop complaining, Alex. If you've got all 5, you get to replace me next week.
There are ones that we take with a bigger